My name's Iheoma.
Hi, I'm Isabella.
So I'm Ben.
I'm Meg.
So in this series, we're doing some of the unspoken truths about lockdown. I want to ask you about fun things that have been cancelled. Boo. So I know you because I have gone to festivals with your mum, and I've seen you at festivals, and I've seen you enjoying yourself. And obviously loads of big events, like things like Pride and Glastonbury and pretty much everything else that was going to happen this summer is now not happening. And even like celebrations, so like finishing school or, you know, graduations, all those kind of events and birthdays, all that stuff. What do you think the effect of that has been? Or have you felt that as a thing that's affected you?
I think that's the main thing for me, to be honest. Like, not seeing my friends for 6 weeks, I can cope with, but it's the fact that I've never spent a summer not going from festival to festival. It's part of my lifestyle, part of my personality. And I think you do have a festival personality that's a little bit different. Like, I'm so much more confident surrounded by thousands of people that don't know me, but in a place that I know, I feel like I can be more myself. And the prospect of being stuck at home, knowing that I could be there for months at a time, is really sad.
That is a really big deal. And I suppose, like, when I talk about like events being cancelled, I mean, what you said about festivals, I really recognise in that it's that thing that it recharges you and gives you a bit of life to take forward into the rest of the year.
Yeah, because winter's drag.
Yeah, so it's kind of like it boosts you, doesn't it, having those things? Do you think there's any way that we can replicate anything at all, or do you think we should all just not bother and like switch ourselves off for this summer and wait? I don't know which is the best way to approach it.
I feel like live streams of music are just sad. I watch it, like, there's the Greg Dredd live stream, and Chesney's done one, and people like that, and people that I'd really want to go and see at a festival that would get me really excited, because I don't know, yeah, it's just you're there, you know all the words, everyone else there knows all the words. It's this like massive rush of adrenaline and serotonin because everyone's there together. It's crazy. And watching it on a live stream, someone might comment every 3 minutes, and it doesn't matter whether 2 people are watching or 700 people, you still feel on your own. And you know that you could be there and you could have this like crazy feeling, but it's just not there.
Yeah, it's I did anthropology, and it's called mutual effervescence. But yeah, it's that thing about being surrounded by other people, isn't it? And like finding your tribe as well. Like, it's a way of kind of exploring those identities and playing with who you are. And
because this year I've had enough freedom financially to be able to go places for gigs and meet people that I wouldn't have met otherwise, and find people my age who like the same things as me and have grown up going to festivals and have this same experience. Because even if you've got a friendship group, it can feel a little bit lonely if you know there are other people like you just don't know how and where to find them. Yeah,
it's really, really tricky.
And I think that even resonates for growing up queer in this area, growing up feeling, or anything that makes you feel marginalised or a bit different. Knowing that there is a community out there is kind of bittersweet, because they're there and they can support you online, but you don't have that physical tribe, you don't have that protection of feeling like you're part of a group.
Yeah, because I mean, I know lots of people from all over the place come up to Bristol for things like Pride and stuff like that, and it's that ability to kind of suddenly be in an environment where there are lots of other people who are sharing the same sort of experience. Boo, I'm really sad about it.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, it's been, I had like
a couple of concerts booked. Thankfully, I've had like emails saying that they're going to be rearranged rather than just straight up cancelled. Something that I do is play music. I'm in a band, and like all of our gigs got cancelled. We'd planned on doing like a tour around like end of July as well, and that's kind of all being cancelled. And that's been really difficult because that's kind of like something that I was really excited for, and you know, put a lot of work in to kind of play for that. So yeah, that's been kind of a bit of a disappointment. But I've been trying to find other ways, like plan other things that I can do in the meantime that I would have been doing that, and look forward to the dates that I think are being pushed back to like November when I've got these concerts booked. So yeah.
I mean, I was thinking about, because I mean, like Glastonbury's a big thing in my life, and okay, so this year's cancelled, and I can kind of deal with that because I've been to however many millions of Glastonburys over the years. But I was thinking if it was the first year that you were going, or if it was like, you know, you were just turning it 18 or whatever, and you'd kind of got this planned. Like, I was trying to put my mind back into what that would feel like. So I don't know whether you've sort of heard other people talk about things like that, or...
Yeah, I mean, I guess it could be likened to like a lot of people that I know who finished uni this year. That kind of like celebration around that has all been kind of taken away. And I think a lot of people use things like summer festivals as a celebration of the end of like the end of a school year, or like the end of college or whatever. So yeah, that, I don't know, like that's bound to affect a lot of people, that basically the whole year's been shuttered. There's no kind of end of year celebration. Not really sure what graduation is going to look like.
As soon as you kind of mentioned it, I was like, yeah, I had that whole kind of phase with my friends. It's like, summer 2020 has been cancelled. Like, I don't know what it is. Maybe it's to do with like the school holidays element. It's like you always wait for summer because it's like the longest break. So you always build up summer in your head. And that is when the most things are on, like events wise. So it's like all these kind of great things that you're looking forward to. And then all of a sudden, cancelled. And you're like, oh no, all these great things that I was looking forward to, and they're kind of like disappearing. And like you were saying, it does kind of tie into your identity, because these are events that you have an interest in, that you want to go to. So now that you have that kind of taken away from you, it's not like you've lost a piece of identity, but it's like you've lost a space where you'll be able to show that identity, and it's a place where you get to express who you are and the things that you love doing. So yeah, it is really sad.
Pride was definitely something I've been looking forward to, and I actually hadn't thought of it much before, but that was actually a really big turning point in my life last year when I went to my first Pride festival. So not being able to go to that this year is definitely very sad to me, but I'm sure that we'll find a way to celebrate, as long, like, even if it's just with my closer friends, having, you know, a day to really be proud of who we are, even if it's not a huge thing with 20,000 people, which is how many were there last year in the one I went to. And it's still, I'm sure we'll find a way to have fun anyway. So I don't think that necessarily impacts me as much. There's always Pride the year after. Something else, on the other hand, was a concert I was supposed to go to this summer of My Chemical Romance, who have been broken up since 2013.
Yeah,
so
they were doing their reunion tour.
Exactly. And that's been postponed to the year after, which is not the best, but at the end of the day, as long as I'm still getting to see them eventually, it's not that bad. I'm a kind of person that can have as much fun at a concert as I can with 2 or 3 people. So to me, it doesn't really have that big of an effect. But yeah, it's definitely hard to wrap your head around. I'm gonna have to wait a whole other year for that, you know.
And I guess for someone like you, because you've already gone to that event, like, you know, something like Pride before, you've kind of already got that in your like backpack of things that are part of who you are and your identity and how you feel about things. But I suppose if there was a young person who had never been, and maybe, I don't know, maybe they would feel differently about about the cancellations, possibly. I don't know.
Yeah, I definitely think if last year it had been cancelled like a month before, I would have been very sad about that, because it was something I was looking forward to finally, after like so many years of, you know, hearing things and not feeling necessarily great about it. Being able to go to that was really important for me. So if this was going to be the first Pride for some people, I bet that wouldn't have helped them much.
Bye.
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 Cool.
Bye.
Bye.